Hello and welcome to the final ever episode of Chapter 3. This is it, everyone. We have finally made it to the main event, the biggest grand finale of 2025. Last week, Blood Red became the final ever number one contender of Chapter 3 by specifically defeating the other three who lost the semifinals, and Leaf Green won third place for the entire saga. Now, we are officially ready to do the biggest grand finale of 2025. So, it's between Blood Red and Murky Blue to see who will be the number one contender, not the number one contender, the grand winner of Chapter 3, as well as the new Marble Race Series World Champion, and the one to lay the foundation for Chapter 4. So, who do you think will win it all? Not only we have some guest audiences here, well, unused marbles who are portraying as guest audiences, but also we have everyone who lost in the qualification round, as well as the entire roster watching this big event as we say our goodbyes to Chapter 3 right here, right now, as we know it. So again, it's between Murky Blue and Blood Red to see who will win it all. So this is going to be a best of 5, just like with the last grand finale, well, basically the Chapter 2 grand finale. So the first one to score 5 points will be the grand winner of Chapter 3, winner of C3 Marble Race 100, the one to lay the foundation for Chapter 4, and obviously the one to become the new Marble Race Series World Champion. So again, who do you think will win it all? And of course, before we get started, I will obviously show you the track that will be used for this massive finale. Alright, so here is the track that we will be using for the biggest grand finale of 2025. Here we are. We have the final ever track for Chapter 3. And of course, it is a massively tall track, just so we can say goodbye to Chapter 3 with a bang. And of course, it is similar to the one used in Chapter 3 Season 8. Specifically, this is the first Chapter 3 Season 8 track, but with a couple of differences, such as the track being a little bit taller, since we have this line straight piece being added right here. But other than that, it's mostly the same as the first Chapter 3 Season 8 track. So here it is right here. This is the track that we'll be using. The final ever track we'll be using for the grand finale of this, not only this entire saga, but also the grand finale to Chapter 3 as well. So yeah, this is the track that we'll be using, and of course, obviously we have both of these sets combined once again. Well, yeah, we've had both of these sets combined for this entire saga. So yeah. Anyways, that's gonna be about it for the track. Well, yeah, the final ever track of Chapter 3. And if you do want to use this one in your videos, then, well, make sure to credit me if you do even have the tendency to use it, due to the fact that, well, it combines both of these sets and also how incredibly tall it is. But yeah, should be a great way to say goodbye to Chapter 3 with a bang. And so yeah. Anyways, that's about it for the track. Anyways, enough said. Let's begin this massive grand finale right now. So it's between Blood Red and Murky Blue. And also, oddly enough, this is a Marble Race Elimination Tournament 6 rematch right here. Because yes, these were also the two contestants who fought each other in the Elimination Tournament 6 grand finale. But yeah, now we're having a rematch right here. So who do you think will win it all? Will Murky Blue continue to keep his world title reign? Or will Blood Red dethrone Murky Blue, instantly becoming the world champion again? And also the one to win everything. Winner of C3 Marble Race 100, the new Marble Race Series World Champion, the undisputed winner of Chapter 3, and the one to lay the foundation of Chapter 4. Who do you think will win it all? Be ready to witness the end of an era right now. Alright, I got our two C3 Marble Race 100 Grand Finals loaded up right now. So now, let the biggest grand finale of Chapter 3 begin! Alright, here we go. Down the first funnel. And Murky Blue is going to make his way into the second funnel. Here we go, everyone. The final ever grand finale of Chapter 3. And this one is for everything. Anyways, so far, Murky Blue is going to be taking the lead. And he's going to continue to keep that lead successfully. As we are now in the dual funnels. And Murky Blue is now already in the double entrance funnel. So it looks like Murky Blue is maintaining a pretty well lead, I would say. And he is going to instantly zoom his way into the Imaginarium portion. And it looks like Murky Blue will be scoring the first point. And of course I called it, because, well, Blood Red was kind of far behind. So therefore, it is now 0-1. As I said, the current score right now is 0-1. Ooh, that was pretty close right there. Ooh, that was close. But Blood Red is going to be taking the lead. Anyways, we're now in the third funnel. And Blood Red gets stuck. Okay. Okay, yeah. So therefore that gives Murky Blue an advantage. All because Blood Red had to get trolled by the orange loop right there. And Blood Red gets stuck again. So yeah, it looks like this one might go to Murky Blue. Because, well, yeah, Blood Red just got trolled by the track. First with that orange loop and with the red flat funnel. Yeah, this looks like this point is definitely going to go to Murky Blue. And yeah, once again, I called it. So now we're at 0-2. Can Blood Red score a point though? We'll have to find out and see. Murky Blue is taking the lead once again. It seems like he really wants to keep his title. However, though, Blood Red isn't giving up. There's still hope for him. Doesn't look too good for her, however, because Murky Blue is already in the double entrance funnel. Wow, Murky Blue just ditched that funnel again. It still counts though because, well, he only skips like a small portion of the track. But yeah, once again, the next point is going to Murky Blue. And now we're at 0 to 3. Like, man, it's not looking so good for Blood Red right now, as Murky Blue already has 3 points. So yeah, if Murky Blue scores 1 more point, then I might have to find a way to pivot this, just so things aren't always too, like, one-sided. Oh, and it looks like Murky Blue got stuck. But yeah, I think I'll just give Blood Red some time, just so, you know, I can give him a chance to catch up. So now it looks like he's actually in the lead for once. Oh yeah, and yes, I am using that cyan stool just to, you know, you know, well, basically just, well, fix with the track site. But yeah, and it looks like Blood Red finally scores a point for once. Now we're at 1 to 3. And once again, Murky Blue is taking the lead. Ooh, but we have a body check. And now Blood Red's in the lead. Ooh, looks like Murky Blue stalled some time. Oh wow, looks like they both take the same path. But I guess we'll just let it slide, because it doesn't really matter all that much. And Blood Red gets stuck. So therefore he had to be freed by Murky Blue. Ooh, it's very close right here. That was close, but Blood Red still manages to take his lead. But Murky Blue is very close to him though. Oh, and Murky Blue DNF, so therefore the point automatically is given to Blood Red. Like, man, I was not expecting that right there. So therefore, Blood Red will be scoring his second point. And now because of that, we're now at 2 to 3. Like, man, I was not expecting that DNF from Murky Blue over there. But now it looks like Murky Blue seems to be taking the lead. And Murky Blue gets stuck. So that gives Blood Red a bit of a chance to catch up. However, though, Murky Blue is not too far behind, so he still has a chance here. Ooh, body check. But that didn't work. Blood Red is still in the lead. But yeah, as I said with the step stool earlier, it's just there to commemorate with the track's height. Because of the fact that it's too tall. Ooh, it looks like we might be head-to-head right now. Very close. And Murky Blue will be scoring his 4th point. So therefore, he's only 1 more point away from retaining his world title. However, though, can Blood Red catch up? We'll have to wait and see. Alright, we're now at 2-4. Can Blood Red catch up, though? We'll have to find out. Ooh, this is close. Alright, yeah, Murky Blue is taking the lead once again. Ooh, body check from Blood Red. So now it looks like he is taking the lead. And now we got a body check from Murky Blue. Ooh, this one's gonna be so intense right here. And Blood Red will be scoring his 3rd point. So if he scores 1 more, we go into sudden death. But let's see what happens right here. Alright, so it's a path that we truly have to decide. Either Blood Red scores 1 point, and we go into sudden death, or Murky Blue instantly becomes the world champion, well, the one to retain his title, and become the new, well, you know what I mean, and lay the foundation for Chapter 4, and ultimately become the Chapter 3 grand winner. Okay, yeah, sorry for a couple line flips here and there. But yeah, it's down to 2 paths, so which one are we going for? Let's find out. Sudden death, or, well, world champion, well, Murky Blue retaining his title. And we got a body check. Like, every time we get body checks, every time, we get body checks, it could really change up the race. And yeah, I do apologize for my crappy camera focus right there. So far, though, looks like Blood Red is taking the lead. Let's see what happens. Ooh, very close. And it looks like we are going into sudden death. So, who do you think will become not only the new Marble Race Series World Champion, but the winner of C3 Marble Race 100 the grand winner of Chapter 3, and the one to lay the foundation for Chapter 4. Who do you think will win it all? Let's find out in one final match of Chapter 3 right now. Alright, so for sudden death, we're just going to be using the imaginary portion of the track since I want some intensity, and also just so I want this to go quick, so just so you know. But here we are. We have finally made it to the final ever match of Chapter 3. So, again, it's between Blood Red and Murky Blue. Whoever wins this will become not only the winner of C3 Marble Race 100, but also the new Marble Race Series World Champion, the grand winner of Chapter 3, and of course the one to lay the foundation, well yeah, the foundation of Chapter 4. But yeah, sorry for that line flip right there. But yeah, this is it everyone. We have finally made it to the end. Who do you think will be winning it all? Let's find out in one more match for Chapter 3. In 3, 2, 1, now. Blood Red's gonna be taking the lead. This is intense. This is close. And Blood Red is officially the Chapter 3 grand winner. Congratulations, Blood Red. You have not only won the entire C3 Marble Race 100 saga, but you have officially won it all. You are officially the winner of C3 Marble Race 100, the Chapter 3 grand winner, the new Marble Race Series World Champion, and the one to lay the foundation for Chapter 4. Congratulations, Blood Red. You have officially won it all. Congratulations, Blood Red. You have made the biggest win of your entire career. And not only that, you are also our second ever marble to be world champion twice. First one was obviously Murky Blue, but now it's Blood Red. So yeah, there you have it everyone. Blood Red is officially your Chapter 3 grand winner. And of course, well, I'm not gonna go over it again because, well, you get the point right now. Blood Red has officially won it all. And sorry, Murky Blue, but hey, at least your second world title reign was much better than your first one because, well, his first one, as you know, was very short as it only ranged from, well, late April to mid-July, which was basically only like under 2 months. But yeah, but at least with his second world title reign, it did run for a much longer period of time, and he did make a few successful defenses here and there, but now he has officially, well, looks like he is going to be giving the world title over to Blood Red. So again, there you have it. Blood Red is officially your Chapter 3 undisputed winner. Well, yeah, undisputed champion. But yeah, congratulations, Blood Red. Again, you have won it all. Wow, this was incredible. An amazing conclusion to Chapter 3 for sure. But yeah, and of course, it has finally led to Blood Red winning it all. Again, winner of C3 Marble Race 100, the Chapter 3 grand winner, the new Marble Race Series World Champion, and also the second ever one to become world champion twice, and of course the one to lay the foundation for Chapter 4. Congratulations, Blood Red. You have officially won it all. And because of that, you have made your biggest win in your entire career. And of course, kudos to everyone who participated and tried their best. But of course, it's mainly going to go to these three right here. Mainly Blood Red, of course, as he is the Chapter 3 undisputed winner. And of course, thank you to all of our, audience members who were able to witness this absolutely historic moment, as well as the rest of the entire roster, as well as those who failed to make it into C3 Marble Race 100. But yeah. But of course, again, it's going to go to Blood Red, as of course he is your new Marble Race Series World Champion. And yeah, that pretty much concludes it for Chapter 3. So now, let's just show off the rest of the final results of this entire saga. And with that officially concludes it for not only the C3 Marble Race 100 saga, but the entirety of Chapter 3 as a whole. With, of course, like I said, Blood Red walking out as new world champion, as well as the undisputed winner of Chapter 3, and of course, the winner of C3 Marble Race 100, and of course, the one to lay the foundation out for Chapter 4. So, Blood Red, what do you think of becoming the new Marble Race Series World Champion and becoming the grand winner of Chapter 3? Man, it was definitely the best thing to ever happen in my career. I am so excited to become World Champion again, and I can't wait to see how many more successful world title defenses I can take with this title. Well, thank you, Blood Red, for your word right there. And as for you, Murky Blue, what do you think about Blood Red becoming the new Marble Race Series World Champion? Well, it's all good, I'd say. Although my second ever world title reign was definitely way better than my first one all the way back in late Chapter 2. And of course, I am happy that I was able to make a few successful defenses with my world title right there. So yeah, I would definitely say that I am content for what I have done. Thank you, Murky Blue. And so yeah, I guess this is basically the end of Chapter 3 as we know it. Man, this chapter went by so fast. Feels like Chapter 2 only just started months ago, and now we are literally just starting Chapter 4 in a few months' time. And of course, like I said, fair play to everyone who has competed in this, and also thank you to everyone else in the entire roster who was able to watch this absolutely historic moment. And so yeah, I guess this is basically the end of Chapter 3. And of course, everyone here, the entire roster obviously will go on a 1-month hiatus just to prepare for Chapter 3 preparation. Just to prepare, not Chapter 3, Chapter 4 I meant, but yes, whoops, sorry for that line flip. Yeah, I guess that's one more blooper for Chapter 4 just for some giggles and everything, but yeah. But again, the entire roster will be going on a 1-month hiatus to prepare for Chapter 4, where even more bigger and more exciting action will come. So yeah, I absolutely cannot wait to see what Chapter 4 has to offer, as it's going to be way bigger than Chapter 3 was. So yeah, cannot wait for that. And I obviously expect the Chapter 3 highlights video to come out sometime in September, where we will recap the best moments of this entire chapter before we officially say goodbye to Chapter 3 and say hello to Chapter 4. But of course, during that time when the entire roster is on that 1-month hiatus, Of course, I'll still try to post a couple gaming videos here and there just so I can still stay active and everything. Well, even though I'm definitely not going to be active as much this week as of this uploading due to the fact that, well, I am starting school once again. So yeah, summer is already coming to an end. And of course, expect me to be busier than usual this school year, especially because, well, I'm a junior now, which is insane. So yeah, only 2 more years away until I'm officially done with high school. So yeah, expect me to be a little bit less active than I was before due to the fact that, well, junior year is probably going to be my hardest year yet due to, well, you know, everything that I have to do before the end of high school. So yeah. But whatever, that's off topic. So yeah, my point is, of course, I'll still try to post a couple videos here and there, just so, you know, I can still stay active with my schedule, with my schedule and everything. Yeah, I guess that's definitely one more line flub of chapter 3 for reals, but yeah. But yeah, and of course, I do want to say thank you to everyone so much who has not only watched the entire C3 Marble Race 100 saga and made it a big success, but also thank you to everyone so much for watching all of my Marble Races throughout chapter 3. And yeah, chapter 3 was definitely a major success, and of course, well, it will definitely be a chapter to remember and everything. So yeah, I guess that this is literally the end of not only this entire saga, but also this entire chapter as a whole as we know it. And of course, the entire roster will go on a 1-month break to, you know, to prepare for chapter 4 and also relax from all the hard work they have done throughout chapter 3. So yeah, and of course, thank you to the entire roster who has made chapter 3 a big success and who has also put in their biggest efforts throughout the entirety of chapter 3. But of course, now they will be going on a well-deserved 1-month break to prepare for chapter 4. Oh man, what is up with me and with folding up my lines, but whatever. But yeah, I guess this is literally the end of this entire chapter, so now I guess I'm going to sign off. So hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up to share your support. Feel free to leave a comment down below, subscribe to that notification bell enabled, and feel free to follow all my socials down below. And of course, me and the entire roster will see you all Marble Race series fans in chapter 4. And of course, expect the chapter 3 highlights video to come out sometime in September, where we, of course, like I said, we will recap all of the best moments throughout chapter 3. And so yeah, anyways, that's about it for this. Bye bye for now, and I'll see you all in chapter 4.